Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to the second part of Twilight Princess. I'm your host Oliver Schofield, and with that, let's begin. Now on this part I should make it to the first section of Twilight in this video, but I will be stopping there. So, if you remember, in the last video I did the combat training, and then the children ran off into the woods. So now we must go follow them, because kids can't be left alone. That's a very dangerous thing. So now we're outside, obviously. Colin, I think, blocks you from going in. I'm not even going to try. Right, we're going to leave Epona there for now, because I want to grab some rupees on the way. Yes, I'm still trying to collect 100. I should manage it, though. It's not very difficult to collect 100, but we'll just grab a few rocks and see what we can find. Yeah, throw one at that little girl. It's fine. She's fine. Don't worry. Not a problem. So, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're all having a marvellous day. I certainly am. I'm doing this. So, yes, in this one, this is where I will also collect the lantern for the first time. And there's a neat little thing I can show you actually, which I'll think on. Let me just set the bottle. Because that's part of what I want to show you. So we'll just drink this, just to empty the bottle. Not that we need it. Okay, so moving on. Now, I haven't got Epona, but I need her for this next section. But if you go here, there's some horseshoe grass which you can blow. And it basically plays Epona's song from Ocarina of Time. And along she comes, which is awesome. So we'll hop on Epona. What I love about this is if you hold down, you can do a full 180 spin, which is awesome. So, the reason I need a Epona for this is because part of this route is blocked off. Or am I thinking of a later... You know, I'm probably thinking of a later bit. Oh no, there is a part blocked off. I was right. Okay. So yeah, we need Epona to jump this fence to get to where the children are. Oh, I can't believe I messed that up. That is probably the first time I've ever messed that up. Anyway. So yeah, the children have been, well, they've not been taken, they've just followed the monkey so far, and one of them has been captured, but you'll learn about that momentarily. So, go this way. Now you want to go right first and talk to this guy. And jump off Epona, because we don't need her now. Sorry, but we don't. And talk to this guy. He says, you know, he tries to be careful, you know, he wants us to take a lantern, but just because it's daylight doesn't mean it's safe. A lot like real life. The lantern is really useful. Probably one of the few items that's useful throughout the game, rather than just for part of it. For example, the spinner. But we'll get to that when we get there. So, it just tells you there about how to use it and make sure you've got plenty of oil. Now, at the minute, if you were to talk to him now, he'd only fill up your lantern for 20 rupees. That's no good. You want to talk to him later, after you've done the Twilight section, and then you can buy a bottle for a bottle of lantern oil for 100 rupees, and you get to keep the bottle. Now, this is what I wanted to show you. He teaches you how to use lantern by lighting the fire. Brilliant, no problem there. But if you scoop inside here, you get the nasty soup. Now, this is quite special. He does warn you, you can have as much as you like. He doesn't overlike it. Don't blame me if you get sick. Yeah. If you actually watch the Link's Hearts, it actually injures him. Which is quite funny. That did make me chuckle the first time I did that. Just because I've never seen a drink actually. Alright, here's our first real enemy, a Deku Baba. Now if you throw this shell they leave behind, you get seeds for your slingshot. Very useful. Now just in here, we see the play wooden sword, which is what Tallow was using. That's where I got Talon from, Tallow. That's where I got that. Sorry, that was in the last episode. Never mind, ignore me. So now we're in here. I'll light this. Now, for future reference, this section here where Link's standing, there is a dig spot there for when you're the wolf, but we'll get to that when we get there. Now, you've got to be careful in here because this has got a few different enemies in. I would suggest just use a lantern and put it away though, because it's not really difficult to see where you're going. There's no, there's no death traps or anything like that. You're not going to suddenly fall down a pit or anything at this point. So, where's the next? It's funny. I do apologise. I've just said that, but I can't actually see. Now, these pots, you can burn the web, but honestly, it's easier just to shoot the pots and break them. So, break that one and break that one. And out of that, we got 12 rupees, which has put us nearly halfway towards our goal, which is awesome. I use the lantern just to light the way so you guys can see what it is I'm doing. Because it makes life easy for you guys as well, so you can see what's going on. Because sometimes, thinking about, I do apologise for not doing that sooner. Because dark rooms can be a bit of a pain. Okay, so there we go. Another yellow rupee. That's another 10. So that's put us up to 53. We only need 47 more. That's awesome. So get the lantern out again. And get rid of that cobweb. And we are through. Now, coming up in this next section is a large area. The door we need to go through is locked. In order to follow where Tallow went, we need to go through a locked door. We need the key. Now, thankfully, I know where the key is. I'm afraid I don't know the name of this enemy. I will look it up for next time. With the regular sword you get later on, they take just 2 swings. It's much easier. Another Deku Baba here. Again, really easy enemies, nothing to worry about here. I like to get my, a bit of... oh god, it's got me. That's never happened before. That was actually quite interesting. I had no idea they attacked you like that. That was cool. They've actually never got me before. So yes, oh, I've gone the wrong way. You want to go this way. Now, if you look on the map at the bottom left, you can see I'm heading to a tunnel. There are some of these here, so just do that. Now, if you go through here, in here is another one of the... I want to say moblin, but I don't think that's the right word. I think the moblins are the green ones later on. Anyway, there's another one of these in here, so you kill him. Oh, and there's another back. Ooh, blue rupee. Lucky me. Now, if you open this chest, you get the key. But we're not done in here. Oh, no, 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 no. This is a standard puzzle for any Zelda game. Lighting lanterns. It's that simple. Now, this will spawn a chest, which is awesome. Inside this chest is something we need. Well, we need it as regards to beating this 100%. It's a piece of heart. Now, this is the first game, I believe, to use the method of having 5 pieces of heart rather than 4. I don't know. I believe I read somewhere that Majora's Mask still holds the Zelda record, if you will, for having the most piece of collectible hearts in the game, pieces of heart. This game, on the other hand, just needs 5 instead of 4, which is different. Right, you might see I'm rolling. It's just a little bit faster. It's something that I got into the habit of doing during Ocarina of Time, and it's just sort of stuck, really. I played the game so much, the walking sections, I just wanted to get through them as, well, not as quickly as possible because they were bad, but I just wanted to speed the whole bit up and get to the exciting bits. So we can now open this gate and beat this guy up. And he's dead, and that's another... Wow, we're getting a lot of blue rupees this time. I know I said brew. I do apologise, I'm losing the ability to talk at the minute. So, again, kill these because it's really simple. Was that both of them? Oh wow, oh wow, 10 root, that's awesome. Did not expect that. Okay, there is a shop here. Oh, let's kill this thing first. There we go. Now, this bird with an afro, I don't get that myself. He just wants us to buy something. Now, I believe, I will check, it's 20 rupees for this. Yep, 20 rupees. And it's 30 for the red potion. So, lantern oil and red potion. Not a bad deal, really. But at this point in the game, You shouldn't really need it. There's no reason to buy that. Now, if you go up here, there's Deka Boa, but there's also a yellow rupee. That's good. That's good. That's what we need. And I've nearly got enough money to get the lantern oil as soon as I need it, which is brilliant because inside Link's house is another 50 rupees. Again, really helpful. Okay, so now let us go and rescue Tallow and the monkey. Really simple. 2 more of these. They're not a challenge at all. He says as he gets hit, but whatever. Oh, look at that! Right, we have enough rupees now to buy our lantern oil. That's fantastic. And we freed them, which is even better. The monkey's happier than what she is. I'm not quite sure I understand that, but okay. And so with them freed, we escort them safely out of... I want to say it's North Farron Woods, but I'm not sure. I don't know if he got eaten. Maybe. Yeah, the monkey's quite nice. She looks after you in the first dungeon as well. Which is pretty awesome, really. I love how these things all come together. But again, as I say in the first one, the story's really good. Nothing bad to say about that. I love how the foreshadowing plays out in these games as well. The foreshadowing tends to be... They start it off very well. Such as here. He's talking to... I forgot his name again. Anyway, he's talking to him and he says the woods seem a bit strange. You know, it feels a bit weird. And he says, oh, it's the time you'll get to go and see... And what I like is the foreshadowing again here. If you're lucky, you may even get to meet Princess Zelda. Foreshadowing again. But, you know, you wouldn't really know that. I suppose in some ways you'd expect it. Right, so this is the next day. And now we are back at the ranch and we've got to help herd some cows. Now there is a time limit on this one. Or rather, there is a timer, not a time limit. The time limit comes after you go to Kakariko Village for the first time and have to come back here. I'll explain that later. So yes, he wants us to help him once again herd goats. There's an awful lot to do in this village. I mean, herding goats, fishing. That's about it. No, but it's a really good... It's... I don't mind this. What annoyed me most is when I actually had to do this for the third and final time. Well, I think it's the final time, from what I know. Because there was one goat that just would not go in the bloody barn. And I was like, just get in! And I was like shouting at it, trying to get it in, and it just would not listen. Again, if you press A too many times, they will, they will turn red, and they will attack you. Which is, I think that's a pretty neat little... So again, this section's not really hard, but it can be a bit frustrating, especially when you're trying to get them in and they're just not listening. And so there we go. That's actually not going too bad actually. I think if you head these goats off, they seem to turn a bit faster, and you want to get them in as quick as you can. Again, there is always one that's going to be a complete douche. Sorry, I do apologise. There is always one that's going to be there goes my ability to speak again. There's always going to be one that's going to be annoying to get in. And again, you want to get close to this one before you whoop, otherwise it will drive it off the wrong way. And there we go, 1 minute 13, that's not too bad. I say that because later on, that you have to herd them all in and get them in under 3 minutes to get a heart piece. But again, as you've seen, very easy. That's not difficult at all. And so with that, we are done with the goat herding for a while. And on our way down, Ilya is there to meet us, which is awesome. Well, wait and see. So yeah, let me know how you guys are liking this playthrough. Let me know what you think. Is there anything you think I can improve on? Is there anything I can change? please leave comments. I always appreciate it. Yes, I'm done herding for the day. Yes, it's always good work where I'm concerned. I'm not a man who does things by halves. His moustache is so weird. I can't tell if it... I suppose it's supposed to look like the goat's horns, but I don't know. Who knows? Epona is really well designed in this. I love the colouring on her face. Yeah, this is when I said it was awesome, maybe. And Link just looks really, really upset by that. Well, yeah, I was pushing her, but I had to get the goats in. What the hell do you want me to do? Yeah, you tell her, Mare. Oh, she's mad. Stand at a distance and throw chocolate. So yeah, now she's going to lead Epona off, and we have to go follow. You'd have thought as mayor he'd have a bit more say about this, wouldn't you? Still. Yes, I know it won't do. I'm going to get on my way. Just bear with me 2 seconds while it loads. And I will go and retrieve it. Ooh, actually, while I'm thinking on. Let me... Because you see, in other games, if you attacked a chicken enough, you would get attacked by chickens. Now, you get to play as one. And you can fly. Which is awesome. I absolutely love that. So yeah, it's only for a few seconds, but I thought I'd just show that because it was really funny. When I found that out, I was like, that is so awesome. It's just a shame there isn't a chicken near the... Well, I assume Ganondorf's the end boss, but I've no idea. I just... it'd just be really nice if there was a chicken at the end and you could swap for the chicken and defeat Ganon as a chicken. So yeah, these kids are all going to talk now. It turns out that Colin, this one here, with the blonde hair, told everyone's dad about where they went. And now he wants us to protect him. Because, you know, babies are quite vicious. They have those little pointy teeth that like sink into everything. Dangerous. So yeah, chase that monkey was great. Yeah, chasing. Yeah, you didn't get captured, did you? Yeah, the baby knows better. That baby, it knows what's going on. You see, I don't know if it's a case of spoiling it, looking out for their best interests, but yeah. So, I don't know what it is, man. These kids are still weird looking to me. They're just so bizarre. I just don't get it. You see, and now they want the wooden sword. Now, I believe you can't get past unless you give them the wooden sword. Kind of frustrating, really, but whatever. Because it would have been nice to have a choice between that or, you know, until you got the next sword. A bit like, you know, well, I was going to say a bit like the original Zelda, but I don't know. Although I do miss some things from the original Zelda, such as the rings and things like that, so I don't know. Although there is actually a special armor you can get in this that I've seen, but we'll get that. Well, I'll talk about that once I've got it. And so he wants, you know, he's just trying to help the little kid, which I think is quite cute. He wants to be like Link, which, I mean, honestly, so do I. Link's awesome. So yeah, with that done, we have to head this way. Now, what you're supposed to do is go up to the entrance to the spring and talk to Colin, who will then say, the gate's locked, but there is another way in. It's down here. So we are gonna... Oh, squirrels. We are gonna go inside this hole instead straight away. Just because it speeds up it speeds everything up just that little bit. So, yeah. So yes, here we go. We're going to crawl through here and talk to Ilya again, who now knows the actual story of how Epona got injured and why we had to push Epona to her limits. We didn't really have much of a choice, as you can see. It was either that or let Tallow be taken by the monkeys and the little... Oh, I want to call them moblins, but I'm sure that's not right. Who knows? I think it's really sweet, these kind of bits, because it adds a level of character development, which unfortunately a lot of games these days don't have. The Last of Us had really good character development. That was one of my favourite PS4 game. Well, it was PS3, but I had it on the PS4. That was amazing. But anyway, back to this. I also love the design of the clothes as well. When I first saw Link, I wasn't sure how when it came out for the Wii, I wasn't really sure how I liked it. I looked at it and thought, I don't quite get it. But anyway, so we have trouble. Now, I believe these are moblins. Now, you're never shown where she's actually hit with the arrow. I don't know if it would be in her leg or anything. So I suppose it's because, you know, it'd be quite a violent scene if you saw the arrow, you know, break the skin. But so yes. Now, this big guy, we will deal with him later. Oh yeah, don't you worry. We're going to deal with him. He's going to be going down. Foreshadowing. See what I say? Yeah. His trumpet's crap as well. It is pretty bad. I love this game. I don't quite understand the Twilight thing though, because I mean, what is it? I haven't really looked into the backstory of this one too much, so I have still got a lot to learn, but it looks sort of Tron-like, the film Tron, the classic, not the remake. Never seen the remake, don't want to. But yeah, the way the portals open, it reminds me of Tron. So now Link is going to go racing off, looking to find his friends, and everything's changing. Now, that wasn't there before. The question is, where have we gone? No, I'm just kidding, we've gone to the Twilight for the first time. These things, I don't like fighting these things. I find them sometimes can be quite tricky. I love this bit though, where the Triforce starts to glow on his hand and it makes them back away. I just think that's a really cool. It's like the beginning of the. It's like the awakening of his power, if you like. It's the awakening of the hero inside. Then again, I also like the wolf. I think the wolf's cool. At first, I wasn't sure how I thought about it. I did stop and think, I'm not sure. I mean, turning into a wolf, what's that about? But now, I think it's a really good part. And so we're taken away. But who knows where? Well, and who is that? Well, boys and girls, all these answers and more will be answered in the next episode. So, for now, boys and girls, ladies and gents, I wish you a good evening, a good night, and good morning. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, guys.